You're in a cupboard. This recipe actually has hardly any flour in it. Decisions. Do I make jam or do I not make jam? I've got this really big tray and then I put baking paper so that it overhangs on the top and bottom, because then you can lift the sponge out. And then I probably stick it down with a bit of butter. Okay, eggs, sugar, into a bowl and whisk until light and fluffy. So it's 4 ounces or 115 grams. So eggs and sugar in the bowl. You can put vanilla in as well if you want, but I don't tend to because I've never got any. And then you whisk until light and fluffy and thickened. It's lightened, it's foamy and it's thicker. Just 3 ounces or about 75 grams of self-raising flour. And it's hardly any, that's it, and it'll make an entire Swiss roll. You sift the flour in and then fold carefully so that you don't knock any of the bubbles out. Now I've just got to pour it into the tray, onto the baking paper, and then stick it in the oven. It's so simple. Be a nice Swiss roll. It's gas mark 5, we have a gas oven. 190 degrees Celsius or 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 to 12 minutes. We've got a different angle now. I'm going to make the jam, I've decided. So, for some reason I've always made jam in a wok, so I don't know why. I'm going to give it 2 extra minutes. It does look pretty done, but I feel like... So... Saved you! Wow! I thought you were in enough. Okay. Wow. That alarm making me jump. Oh, that's at 5. There's my sponge. It's nice and risen. I don't like to leave it in here because I don't want it to stay stuck to the greaseproof paper. So I put it out on the table on some more greaseproof paper to let it cool down and stick to some sugar. I don't measure my jam. I go off consistency, so once it has been cooking for a while I'll check it on the back of a spoon. So you put the jam on and then you let it cool down, and then if it sort of coagulates and drips very slowly, then it's probably about right. So this is normally caster sugar, but I don't have any, so it's going to have to be granulated. It's slightly thicker than caster sugar, but you want to cover the whole surface that the Swiss roll is going to touch, otherwise it will stick again to this paper as it dries, as it cools. And the sugar is a nice coating on the outside, and it makes it do the rolling a lot easier, and then come out of the baking paper. That can now cool off, and the sugar should help stop it from sticking to this baking paper. Once that's cool enough I can put the jam and the cream in, but once I've finished making the jam, that is. It's starting to get a skin, and it's moving very slowly, so this jam is ready. My jar of jam. What do you want? You smell cooking. Do you remember the time when I made a Swiss roll for my nan for her birthday? And you were little, and I left it on the kitchen table. You were about a year old, I think, and when I came back into the kitchen, there were 2 really big bite holes on either side of the Swiss roll. You'd taken a chunk out of it, 2 chunks in fact. You did? You took big chunks out of the Swiss roll I made for my nan. You, oh cheeky monkey, you're not having this Swiss roll. Bye. What? What are you doing? Are you being a monkey? You are? You cheeky monkey. I'm gonna get back to this cake. Oh no, you're not getting to it first. You are not having this Swiss roll, mate. No, not for you. It's not for you. Found you. No, you can't. No, you cannot have the Swiss roll. I'm sorry. Too much sugar for you. You can't have some. It's nearly lunchtime. You're like 3/4 of an hour early though. I need to make the cream nice and thick. You can't have any of this. I'll watch you instead. I'm going to entertain the audience, Key, while I whisk up some cream. You're just going to go sleep instead. That's not very helpful, is it? This is the second tricky part. I tend to use something heavy. Too heavy something, so that's a good jar there. I've just put a couple of things on the other side to stop the paper from sliding across the table. We don't need squeaks. Now this can result in a cracked Swiss roll, so sometimes it's cracked, sometimes it hasn't. We will see what happens. Hopefully you can actually see what's happening. Look at this roll. Yeah, it's nice. So I'm trying to get this first edge to curl quite tightly into itself, and trying to avoid it cracking. Quite a tight curl. Can you see anything? You can't see anything. There we go. I've got the curl going. And then I stick the heavy thing at the back to stop it from rolling open. This actually is too long to fit in my cake tub, so I cut both the jagged edges off and I get to eat them. I usually give one to my mum though, but she's not here, so I'll wait on a plate for her. So it's bottom up. Slice the ends off. See, it's slightly too long. That's fine, you just eat them. So that's the bottom of the sponge cake. And I can use the paper to help lift onto it. There we go. It's not very round, I know. That's what kind of happens when you cut it. It flattens a bit, but it still tastes great. Key. That's what you were waiting for, isn't it? Okay. Okay. The last time I made this was probably a year ago when I made this exact same cake for my mum's birthday. So it's been 365 days since I've had my raspberry Swiss roll. Mm. I just looked over and find him lurking in the doorway. You can't have the Swiss roll, you had the cream off the pita. You can't have any more. You definitely can't have that, there's too much sugar for you. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Half your pants back there. I hope you enjoyed the video and you feel inspired to make yourself a raspberry Swiss roll. Yeah, if you make a Swiss roll, let me know. The recipe, I'll put it in the description, my recipe, so you can make the same thing. I don't have a recipe for raspberry jam, but I mean that's pretty easy to do. Just jam and sugar and lemon juice in mine. But we'll put the recipe for the Swiss roll in the description of the video. So thanks for watching, bye!